Hello everyone, this is Midlife Music Teacher and I'm Mrs. G, and this video is going to continue the Summer of Strings. This is the guitar episode, so let's take it from the top. In this video, I am going to restring my guitar while I tell you the story of why I started playing the guitar in the first place. As a woodwinds player, I did not play guitar until a little bit later on in my life. So here is the story. My guitar story begins in the summer of 1994. I was 18 years old. I had just completed my first year of my music education program, and there was a music director job advertised for a camp that I had attended a few times as a child, a sleepaway camp, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity for me if I could get this job, and so I applied for the job. And in my interview, I found out that this job was also the craft director. And did I think that I could do that? And so as 18-year-old me, green as grass, emphatically said, yes, I think I can do that. They just got 2 jobs for the price of 1. I'm going the wrong way. To avoid that. My responsibilities at this camp were to lead and direct the Sunday night concert, lead and direct the hootenanny on Wednesday nights, to lead the music at the morning outdoor chapel service, lead the singing at every mealtime, to lead the singing at the Friday night campfire. There was a day camp on this campus as well. And Monday through Friday, every day at day camp, they would begin their day with some singing and songs, and it was my responsibility to lead that. I was responsible for leading the arts and crafts for the resident campers Monday through Friday. So prep the materials, clean up the materials, order materials, all that stuff. Except for the 1 week that I led and directed music camp, there was an instrumental program, and I led a musical. So that was also in my responsibility. That week of music camp, the staff in training would lead the crafts that week. This is perhaps too hot a day to be doing this. Obviously, as a woodwinds player, I could not do all this leading of singing with the clarinet. So most times I did it a cappella. And, in hindsight, that's a lot of what I do today in my job is lead singing a cappella with no accompaniment. But, with a large group of children, sometimes it's nice to have that accompaniment. So there were 2 staff people that played guitar and had their guitars. And when and if they were available, they would play guitar. Many times they were not available to be able to play. So we went a cappella. That job looked amazing on my resume. However, it was not the greatest summer. It was a lot of work for a little amount of pay. It got a bit too warm yesterday to complete this task, but I'm going to get it done today. At the end of that summer, I realized just how important learning how to play the guitar would be for me in the future and for my career and for other opportunities that I wanted to do as a music teacher. After that summer, obviously, I went back home and my father plays the guitar. And he had a classical acoustic guitar that because of work and everything else, he didn't really play that much anymore. So I asked my father if I could use his guitar, if I could teach myself how to play and use his guitar. And he said, of course, use it as long as you like. So again, this is the days before the internet. So I purchased a book on learning how to play guitar, and I began to teach myself how to play basically chordal accompaniment. that following year, I did belong to a group at college where they would play praise and worship songs. So I began to join them, the guitarists who already led that, and I joined them, and they were way better than me, but it forced me to kind of practice in a practical situation, and obviously I got better and better doing that. The next summer, I volunteered at a few summer programs, and so I played the guitar for the kids as we did the songs and stuff at those summer programs. I just worked at getting better at it. There were 2 proficiencies you had to take if you were a music ed major that did not require a class, and that was a guitar proficiency and a recorder proficiency. So for those 2 proficiencies, you didn't take a class, you just met with the professor, and you had to play a few simple songs on recorder, super easy if you're a woodwinds major. You had to play a couple of chord progressions on the guitar. And so because I self-taught myself, I easily passed that proficiency. I even helped other people who were not guitar players to pass their guitar proficiency as well. 1998, I get my job as a music teacher. I used my guitar quite frequently. It was several years after that, at Guitar Center, they were having a really great deal. I believe it was either 2004 or 2005 for the guitar, a strap, a case, all that good stuff. It was like $120. So we decided it was a good investment. I got this guitar that I use today. So I've had it for just over 20 years. I gave my father his guitar back. He started playing his guitar more. I turned the camera off for a few minutes and I proceeded to put the wrong string in the wrong spot. And that is why I don't cut them until I'm done. Because of that user error. Again, I'm not a luthier. And so we're fixing my mistake and finishing up this restring. It didn't quite feel right. Then I realized that the purple one was left and it should be the silver one. So luckily we fixed that before it became too big of an issue. Obviously it's a little easier to work these thinner strings than it is the thicker ones, which caused me to sweat a little bit yesterday. Make sure I'm turning the right one. That's my other issue. This is why I only do this few, not as often as I should. I'd probably be better at it, but all right. Now for the silver. For anyone who is a singer or a teacher or anything like that, learning how to play guitar is a really great skill to have. I'm no professional guitarist by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of self-taught guitarists do things a little bit differently, but it serves the purpose that I need, and it has helped me along my musical journey. So that's the story of how I learned how to play guitar. What a lot of noise. The strings are on. So it's restrung. It's mostly in tune. But I'm gonna have to keep playing with it over the next few weeks just to make sure that it is in tune and it will stay in tune. And I know the strings and everything have to acclimate, but it took a little bit longer than I was hoping, but it is done. Next, let's play a song. Here is one we used to sing at camp. Granted, I did not play the guitar for it, but we sang a slightly different version of this song. This is a camp song. I did use this song years later. I worked for a YMCA camp, and I would bring my guitar, especially on rainy days. And this is one of the songs we would sing to. Again, I don't know how popular this song is to do with children anymore, but it's a fun one about a frisky cat. Freddie Wilson had a cat that he didn't want to keep. He offered him for free and he tried to sell it cheap. He called upon the preacher one Sunday for advice. The preacher said to sleep would be so nice. But the cat came back, he wouldn't stay away. He was sitting on the porch on the very next day. The cat came back, he didn't want to roam. The very next day was home sweet home. Then he put the cat aboard with the man in the balloon. He would give the cat away to the man in the balloon. The balloon, it didn't rise, it burst in bits instead. And 10 miles from the spot they found the man struck dead. But the cat came back, he wouldn't stay away. He was sitting on the porch on the very next day. The cat came back, he didn't want to roam. The very next day was home sweet home. Freddie put him on a ship and they headed for Ceylon. The ship was overloaded more than 20,000 tons. Not far away from shore, the cargo ship went down. There wasn't any doubt about it, everybody drowned. But the cat came back, he wouldn't stay away. He was sitting on the porch on the very next day. The cat came back, he didn't want to roam. The very next day was home sweet home. That one's an F. Not so easy to do on guitar. But there you have it. The cat came back. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for listening to my stories. How about you? Have you ever taught yourself how to play an instrument? If so, comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, school is starting back up soon. Please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.